Hey, everybody. We're not no music, no nothing. We are just here. We are knee deep into the D23 experience still. They're still doing the parks panel right now. We're going to bring up the video that's being live streamed on YouTube and see if we can kind of listen to that and go from there. And let's see. Let me bring it up here. Hang on a second.
If you're testing out some Stark tech, it's always best to bring the real Tony Stark along.
You're so right. So maybe this seems like a time to announce that Robert Downey Jr. will be reprising his role as Tony Stark as we bring these new experiences to life at Avengers Campus.
Okay. Tony Stark. I mean, sorry. Robert Downey Jr.
Till he's 90.
You can be so busy, dude.
I mean,
Dr. Doom and that.
The way we're thinking about our Marvel experiences on Avengers Campus, we have these amazing collaborators. You know, literally between these two attractions, we are doubling the size of the land. Yeah.
Is this in California?
And as you said, construction
Looks like it based on the layout, yeah.
We're excited to share more updates in the very near future.
How are they going to double it? I guess they're going to go. I bet they go over past the Hyperion. What do you think?
A tremendous impact on the
See.
California. No. Sorry.
Hold on.
Can't do it, Josh.
Yeah, knock out something real quick.
I am like a Disney adult in a lounge flight store.
Give me!
Deadpool's back.
No.
Fine.
Can we get a Deadpool
I
ride?
can't have an attraction. Can I
No,
at least get a moment
Deadpool
on
ride.
stage? Please, por favor.
He's asking right
It'll
now.
give you time to go buy another typing sweater.
Fine. Scott, you better get out of here. No, we're still okay.
Let's go. I don't want any part of this.
You can do this, Deadpool. This is what all the stretching has been for.
What is happening?
That and for when I run into that sweet John Stamos backstage. Maximum effort. It's time to summon my favorite American Idol. Come forth, Abby, and sing. Sing like Lionel Richie's life depends on it. Because it totally does. Just kidding. Or am I?
Not sure who this is.
Well, what's up, Tyler?
What's up?
What's up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. I had my
The Real
headphones
Trader
connected,
Sam is
but
on here. Good evening.
it
We're
went
gonna
back
try
to my
to
phone.
watch this as well. I mean, it might be hard. I figure if we start talking about other stuff, I don't know what we're gonna miss with this. It's got to be
good.
almost over.
I mean, I'm all for the Deadpool, but Jesus Christ, they're like abusing it at this point.
It's so good. They have to. It's the best. I can't
I mean,
believe
it's
talk
all
bad about
right.
Deadpool. Don't say it's all right. It's freaking Deadpool, dude.
Give me something good about Deadpool besides that it's freaking Deadpool.
He's
Like, give me
awesome.
something.
Everything about him.
Is he? I mean,
Yeah.
he's all right. I mean,
They're gonna milk him. They're gonna milk it as much as they can right now.
Until he's 90.
until he's fucking 90. Absolutely. The cool thing is he's in a mask, so he can literally have him
He
past
already
90.
looks 90, so it's all good.
I don't know.
I still think they're not done with announcements for Disneyland. I know you think they are, Lou. They're not going to end this with Deadpool. They didn't
Never
say
know.
enough about the 70th
They
anniversary.
They ended it yesterday with Deadpool.
Yeah, they didn't. This will be a down. I mean, I'm very excited about the Coco attraction. I can't. That's awesome. I want to know where all this is going to go in DCA. I'm really curious where it's all going to go. But
I think Hollywood backlot's gonna be gone, and I think they're gonna get rid of Goofy Sky School right back in that corner.
nah, Goofy Sky School's popular.
Nah, Goofy Sky School is replaceable. I'm
But
with
that area,
I don't think,
that area, like back at the restaurant where the Encanto was at, like they just gotta plop it right down in there.
No, I think I'd rather
yeah,
get rid of Grizzly River.
I mean, I don't see them getting rid of Grizzly River. I mean, Grizzly River is the only thing that allows that park to still be called DCA. So that's not going nowhere.
It's not. How do you figure? How do you figure that? Because it represents California?
What else in that park represents California?
Nothing has to. It's in California.
The river. I mean,
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be anything related to
the
California.
roller coaster in the
Still
carnival
in California.
game. That's just like the pier games. But no,
yep. they rethemed that to Pixar Pier. I mean, you literally have a ride soaring over California. Like, I mean, that's like the pinnacle land now for California.
Well, it's soaring over the world now. It's not even over
think you have to
California
theme the whole park around California. I think it's just because it's in California, you can call it California Adventure.
I bet you they're gonna put the rides in that extra section of Disneyland Forward because they didn't announce where they're gonna go. I bet you they're gonna tuck it into the Disneyland Forward part.
I think Hollywood Studios, that little Hollywood land, it definitely gets something. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Grizzly River Run turns in, but the thing is though, is the Coco ride is not. It's going to be indoors.
Maybe it's
because guess what? Because you want that attraction to be utilized all year long. Right. It's going to be indoors, and you can see those Hollywood Studios, those Stage 17s, being used as theaters for the Dark ride. I think Coco goes there. I think the Hyperion is done, and I think the Hyperion gets annexed into Avengers Campus, and that's where I think that goes. Avatar is going into Disneyland Forward. I almost guarantee it.
There's no other room. They have Catella in the back. They have Harbor.
I will give you Grizzly River Run saying that Avatar is going in that area, but I mean,
well, I bet you didn't expect us to close the show with Deadpool, did you?
No, I guess they are. This it really it?
Well, I told you tonight.
What a fucking burn!
And there are so many more to come as we enter this incredible new era.
Huh.
I really want to thank all of you for being with
The Hunchback?
What's happening?
Hunchback of Notre Dame, huh?
Oh, more Snow White!
Well, Hunchback music was Snow White the Mirror. Okay.
Of tomorrow. Yet you have neglected one promise. One made by
Kingdom Hearts is dead. I mean, so Toby Goat just posted Kingdom Hearts is dead.
Right?
I mean,
what would that be?
I won't say it's dead.
Hang on.
Definitely, I mean,
a land twisted and broken.
Look, I'm not going to discuss this.
I can't hear shit, so you guys are like fill me in on what they're saying.
Your refusal to reveal this dark new creation
Villain's Land, I think.
leaves us with no choice but to offer persuasion.
Another Snow White trailer.
Trust in me, just in me.
It's got to be a Villain's Land.
It's got to be Villains, yeah.
Because that's Jungle Book. That's Cause song.
You can't sleep, safe and sound.
Oh my gosh, they're not. Our Discord right now is saying where Disneyland. I hope, I pray, come to the 5th gate.
It's going to be overseas. This is the third gate. Unless it's the third gate, it's going to be overseas.
I don't think this should be that big of an announcement for overseas. It's probably Villains Land behind Cars Land back there. I don't even know.
There's nothing back there.
That's what Bricky, you're not Bricky. That's what what's his face was saying. What's his name? Hey Disney or Hey Mickey? That's what he was saying. Villains Land over by next to Cars Land in Magic Kingdom.
Well, that's probably what it is. This is disappointing. There was nothing announced for Disneyland except the Walt Disney animatronic.
That was pretty badass.
I mean, that's very cool. I mean, that's probably that's probably the best announcement of the night, I think.
Yeah. For the West Coast, anyways. Yeah.
No, I think the Coco attraction's pretty cool too. I'm excited for that. But and our Discord is, I mean, already people on this going. Is it a villain's park? Is it a land? What the hell is it?
It's a fucking villain's cruise. Why not?
But do you think it's got to be a villain's land? Do you think a whole park would survive? I don't know they have.
Oh God, yeah. I think a park would survive. You could put enough in. There's so many damn villains.
Right.
A park would be amazing. I mean, just.
So is she still singing Caw?
Yeah.
I guarantee it's Disney World in that land.
That's what I'm thinking.
They didn't talk about Murphy coming back. They didn't talk about.
It's gotta be villains. It might be. You know what? It might be Fantasmic. I would take Fantasmic. You say Murphy because it's Caw's in there. Snow White's in there. I mean, and the color scheme. That could be a Fantasmic.
They're gonna close the parks thing with a Fantasmic update though.
We're in Anaheim.
Right.
I mean, with that smoke though, looks very similar to the villain's theme for Fortnite.
Oh,
here we go. Let's see.
Recording artist and the Queen of Parks and Descendants: The Rise of Red on Disney Plus. Rita Ora.
What?
That was amazing. All right, we love our Disney villains, right? We love them. Their evil ambition gives us endless possibilities to tell brand new stories.
What the hell is that?
Which is why I am so excited to announce we are building a villain's land at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. God dang it, dude.
Good for Florida. Good for you. Come on, say and Disneyland. Do it. Do it. Do it.
The crowd, their crowd is fucking going bananas over that right now.
And Disneyland. Come on, bro.
They're waiting for him.
They've done it with Galaxy's Edge. Let's do it.
This land, everyone, this land will be home to the villains that you know and those that you loathe.
Hey, repeat what he's saying. I can't hear
Happily
him.
Ever After may feel like just a distant dream. It'll have two major new attractions. It'll have dining and shopping and so much more fiendish fun for you to
Dining
explore.
and shopping is so
This
much
is
fun.
storytelling on a grand scale that only Disney can deliver. So be prepared for unfortunate souls. It's going to be a fearless new vision for what a Disney experience can be. And you're excited, I can tell. The projects that we announced for Magic Kingdom, they represent the biggest expansion in the park's entire history. And these are already underway. Earth is already starting to move. Add that to everything that we have in store for Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, plus everything that we've just transformed at Epcot. There is just so much happening at Walt Disney World right now. As some of you know, I've had a chance to be a cast member for 26 years. And I'm more excited about what's on the horizon than I ever have been before. Why is that? Because first and foremost, I'm a huge Disney fan, just like everybody in here tonight. I vividly remember the first time that I visited a Disney theme park with my family. Some of you may have heard this before. My father was so excited to ride Peter Pan's flight with me. He said to me before we got on the attraction, "Josh, it really feels like you're flying." And as our ship sailed through the air, he glanced over at me as if to say, "See, I told you." I smiled back to him and told him all that he needed to know. And then many years later, I was with my own family, taking them on soaring over California. This is one of my all-time favorite attractions. And before we got on, can you guess what I told my wife and two kids? Yep, I told them, it's going to really feel like you're flying. I guess it's like father, like son. And there are 12,000 Disney stories in this room tonight. And just like mine, each of our moments is connected to a Disney experience. Now we're about to begin the next generation of those experiences. And you know what? It kind of feels like we're flying. Since the last time we were together here at D23, we've opened hundreds of new attractions and experiences all around the globe. Mickey's Toontown at Disneyland, San Francisco, a California Adventure, Tron, Tiana's Bayou, Adventure at Magic Kingdom, World of Frozen in Hong Kong, Zootopia in Shanghai, Fantasy Springs in Tokyo, Lookout Key in the Bahamas. And you know what? This is just the beginning. Over the past couple of hours, you've heard about so many new experiences coming our way. It's really hard to count.
Let's see how many of them fucking
Lands,
shit.
Attractions, shows, ships, a whole new digital universe. This for us is an unprecedented era of growth. Just look around you at everything that we've shared tonight. As I mentioned at the top, I am so excited for everything that we're doing. I can't wait for you to see these projects start to come to life over the next 5 years. And of course, none of this would be possible without our incredible Imagineers, our cast members, our crew members, and Disney employees who are turning these dreams into reality. So thank you to each and every one of them. As you say goodbye tonight and head off into the soundless horizon, I just want you to remember one thing. All of this, everything that you've seen, everything that we're doing, it is all for you, all for our fans. This show is for you too. I want to thank our special guests for sharing their time and their talents with us. Eden Deadwood. We wanted this to be as big
I'm out.
I've had a great time.
Yeah, beat the crowd.
All of you have as well. And it wouldn't be a concert without an encore. So right. With one last musical celebration. Everybody take care, and thanks for being true Disney fans.
Don't leave us. We're going to Disneyland Live after this. The stream won't end until midnight.
What in the actual A? What is this?
How we feeling?
The audacity, the disrespect on this. This is sad. What is this?
No one's clapping. This isn't
that would have been a bigger announcement. I mean, oh gosh. All right, so there was a lot of good.
We can stop watching that.
I'm gonna leave it on just so we see if anyone pops back out. They're like, oh wait, there's more. I doubt it, but
we'll leave it on for now. All right,
yeah,
so let's get into our show. We will have Tyler here with us, joining us tonight. We're going to talk about the parks panel. We have our boots on the ground there at D23. We have Amanda, Kevin, Kim, Courtney, Kelly, and Joey all there reporting back to us. You guys hear? I have that down pretty much. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear that just in the
background.
background.
Hear you. I can't hear that.
Okay. I have it there just in case, like Bluey said, in case something pops up then. Okay, so I'm going to go into Amanda's amazing notes here because she's great at taking notes. She sent us notes on the side here in our social media planning chat. So I'm going to go up here.
Oh, Mickey's in the crowd. Look at that.
What's that?
Mickey's in the crowd.
Mickey's the man.
Hey, so while Sean's doing all that, if you have not joined our Discord, tonight it was popping. I mean, for anybody that's had those notifications on, I apologize, but our Discord was popping. I will drop the link to our Discord here. Join. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you're thinking. The good, the bad, the downright ugly. I mean, the Discord is a safe place for all. Whether you are a pixie duster or a Disney hater, you are all welcome. I find myself being called a Disney hater. I just hold Disney accountable for what I feel like they can give us. And then there are pixie dusters that, hey, Disney does no wrong. Our Discord is a safe place for everyone. There is no hate. There is no shame. We talk smack, but we just want Disney to be the best they can. So with that said, jump into this shit, man.
Let's jump into it. We got, I'm just bringing up the notes here, kind of going. I'm going to start. Let's just start. I mean, We welcome Tyler in. Louie, how you doing tonight, buddy? I'm going to take this off of the share. Everything else, leave it on. If something comes up, I'll put it back so we can see ourselves at least here. It's just the same damn song going over and over in my head now. So they're just saying that. Let's just do a little bit different than last night. So, Tyler, did you have a chance to watch all of it, or?
Yeah, I was watching it on TikTok and going back and forth between Discord and TikTok. That's where I was able to kind of chirp in. So
overall, scale of 1 to 10 overall, what would you give it? And I mean, as a total Disney fan, I know you're a Disneyland guy, so we have to be kind of biased here. Not I mean unbiased, because we're all probably kind of disappointed in what we got from Disneyland. I feel, but even though they're huge announcements, still.
I think overall, I mean, I know I'm kind of the same way as Lou. Like, I definitely want to hold them more accountable. Like, I was making some comments in my head and then saving it for this. As far as just like overall, I think it was about a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's
as far as in whole. But like, when it comes to seeing what they're doing, like overseas, or even like, I feel I've always felt the last couple D23s, the West Coast is getting gypped. It's not like and I think it is, obviously space. I just hate to, I keep pushing, like, just open up a third gate. Like, they have enough to where they can open up a third gate to where it's like, why not?
Definitely.
But, overall, I think this is a good response to, I mean, you'll probably bring it up, that they're a good response to the Universal stuff that's going on as far as all these lands and everything.
I feel like there was a big pivot, because there's a lot of talk about how a lot of this was Disneyland based, and it was still. I mean, if we really want to, Tim Jones, thank you, my friend. Tim was the one that's found the link for me earlier tonight and sent me the link to be able to watch the video. So I appreciate you, my friend, sending that to me. I was still at work and was able to sit at work and watch it for a while. So I appreciate you, buddy. The question, not the question I have is, it depends on what they're going to call DCA. I mean, actually, we'll go in order here, and then we'll get into because I think the Avatar and the Coco thing could be really, really big. They could be huge. I mean, it could be that parking lot next to the hotel, if we really want to be real about it. They could make Avatar Land that big. We just don't know. So let's get into this. So it started off the Mad Tea Party live band. I was just getting into it. I thought the band was pretty good, actually. They were playing some good songs. They played some, I think they played some Prince in there. They played some other stuff. Were you guys on it that early to see the band performing?
So I was watching on Instagram, popping in and out while doing stuff, and then it wasn't until shortly after that, The Lion King. We'll get to that. That's why I jumped in.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought the Mad Tea Party was pretty tight.
Yeah. We're just going to go kind of down the list of what Amanda reported in the order, and then we can pop in and we can talk about it and stuff like that. But they did I thought this was kind of cool. They had the Patrick Warburton did the montage of the beginning of it, like you're walking on to Soren, and he had he looked nice. He had his Walt mustache going. But
he's getting older.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When I lived in Oregon, he had a ranch out in outside of where I lived, and he was always in town, just the coolest guy ever. Him and Patrick Duffy, just these two cool guys, and Belushi and James Belushi too. They're always just around town. You just saw them because they were in a smaller town, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But Patrick Warburton's cool. I think he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, so he does the deal. John Stamos plays A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Already at this point, we're getting comments in the Airbnb checks. I was in there a bit talking about why is Uncle Jesse on here. John Stamos talks to us about Disney and Disneyland's 70th. Skylar,
that was it, wasn't it?
What's that?
That was pretty much all he. I mean, I didn't.
They showed the logo.
The video with that, but like it seemed like it was pretty much just like, hey, we're doing this, and then they moved on. They
showed the logo for the Disney's 70th. I don't know. I expected so much more for Disneyland, especially with the 70th being next year.
Yeah, I would say it's less than a year away.
I'm very confused by, and I'm not usually one to be disappointed in Disney. I'm not gonna lie, but I anticipated there was not one mention of Disneyland Forward. I mean, we could just talk about that right now because we don't talk about it later. There was no mention of Disneyland Forward. Cam Rock mentioned it more yesterday in the the little press conference he did that I saw that he did. Yeah, Tim Jones is more about Disneyland Paris. I agree. There's a lot of Disneyland Paris news, which I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on that? No Disneyland Forward stuff was mentioned. Is that because it's so new and that they said everything that's happening right now is
I think so for
being done?
For me, that was such a bullshit line. Oh, what we're doing is already in progress. You're a damn lie. I mean,
how do
stop
you
that.
dude, if there's plans drawn up for it, then it's in progress. If it's I disagree with you.
If we're going off that, sure.
It's blue sky. It's a pipe dream.
They just
it's
made
like,
it seem
we got all this.
Yeah, they made it just seem a little bit more legit than everything else they've done.
He made it very clear that everything that they talked about tonight was in the works, being done.
And guess how many times we thought King Thanos? We didn't even hear about the King Thanos thing until a brief moment.
Right. Well, we heard about it.
We had a coaster vehicle and all that, and they barely shed any light on that. Like, come on now. None of this is going. All that Encanto, Indiana Jones BS that's going to Animal Kingdom, they should have 2 years ago. And guess what? It's still up and it's. I love the comment I read yesterday about Incredibles 3. Hey, something's coming in 2 years. It's going to take 2 more years till you see it. That's what they're doing to us.
It's like he was saying like Earth's moving now. I'm like, really? Have they already broken ground? Like, what are you like?
We don't know that. If they are, they are. I mean,
right.
Sean, these deadlines they're giving us, the farthest deadline was 2027. That means 3 years. 3 years. Star Wars took about 3 years. That means in the next 90 days to 6 months, we better see gates going up and ground being broken. If ground is not broken by January on any of these key projects that are coming up sooner than later, it's going to get pushed. These BS dates, and for me, the announcements as they were today, I'm sitting at an 8. I'm right there with Tyler. I think all the announcements were beautiful. It felt like vintage D23.
I'm not holding my breath.
It doesn't sound like it at all. I feel like I'm by myself tonight, and I'm fine with that. I'll take both of you on. I'm totally fine. I completely disagree with you. I don't understand where you're saying they started this off saying that this is all in development and green lit. This isn't saying that we're talking about it. They're doing it. And they gave you dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Right now, based on this, absolutely. But based on their every other land date, those dates don't align with them saying they're already started. Every land, even some of the redo lands like Pixar Pier have taken almost a full year, and that's just to reskin some stuff. So right now we are 2.5 years out from all of these key projects that they announced right now being done, with the exception of Villains Land. Villains Land's the only thing, and I think Cars Land going to Magic Kingdom is the only thing that really didn't get hard dates. Coco got a hard date? Come on now. That's a brand new attraction about to go up.
I think they're trying to be, like I said, I think they're trying to respond to Universal stuff. And so, yeah, maybe they'll freaking put a full force into it, but they haven't done that since. Like you were saying, for them to pump out those lands in 2.5, 3 years, that's a tall order.
It took Star Wars Land hell of a long time to get done, and that was pre-COVID. So he wants to hop in here saying, "Well, COVID, nah, stop it, stop the BS of COVID." Look at Tron. Tron was 2 years in the making before it shut down, and then still took 2 more years after COVID.
Right. I'm not saying that it's bad that they're coming, like Sean. Like, I just don't think the timelines, like Lewis is saying, are realistic. Like, and
based on the report card, no. Now, if they do pump these out, by all means, Disney is in overdrive, and I'm ready for it. I mean, absolutely. But Tiana's a reskin has taken what,
year and a half.
over more than a year?
They're
That's
dropping.
one
Yeah, but
attraction.
You told me a couple months earlier, though.
sometimes it's harder to reskin than to build from the ground up because you have to take everything out first and then redo it. So I mean that.
But that's just one attraction. Some of these lands are getting 2 attractions, restrooms, restaurants, walkways, hell, down to the water fountains. So
Did they give a date on the villains thing? I didn't even see. Did he give a date?
Villains, they didn't. That right there was their villains land. Is the next
That was the
D23
ultimate fan serve.
Yeah, that right. Villains Land. The way the announcement was good. They have just some visual concept art. Cool. They're not that Villains Land's gonna be the last thing they touch, and I would say but that's okay because that one makes sense for in 2 years we'll give you more on it because right now, just off the top of my head, you got in Florida, you have the entire rebuild of I forget the land where Indiana's going. Dino Land, I think it's called.
Yeah, Dino Land. I was going to talk about that too. I was holding like as far as them redoing the whole park.
Let's Sean, keep going down your list so we're not just rabbit holing this thing.
Okay. So where was that? So Patrick came in, Josh DeMiro came out. Everything is an active, dirt is moving, and designs are drawn. Thank you to the CMs. Then John Stamos, we talked about that. Skylar, Chris, and Darren at Disney Puns for Park Goers is saying it's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I understand why I halfway through this, I put in the Discord, I'm like, why is there so many songs? But I understand because they actually had to fill time. You know what I mean? The people paid a lot of money to be one of those 12,000 people in there. So you had to, you know what I mean? You had to give them a show, I guess. I guess last night, because they had so many trailers and stuff that was different than this. So I kind of get it, but I don't get it. You know, you had all these different bands performing. But anyway, they sing Great Big Beautiful.
I want to pause you real quick. I like the bands. I do like that. The parody ones where they were using that for announcements, that was like, But the music, I really enjoyed. I really liked that they kind of went into the toolbox and said, who are we going to bring? If Jelly Roll would have popped up at D23 tonight, it would have been like, all right, it's epic because there's so much going on. Plain white teasing. I'm not the biggest Jelly Roll fan. I will tell everybody that. He's hit and miss with me. But you had Megan Trainor playing white tea. Simple Plan.
Dude, Megan Trainor was great.
She was good. I will give her that.
The song hits though anyway, so I mean that's just.
Yeah.
You talk about Walt and they're going to feed the birds. I mean, come on, man. We'll get to that. But anyway, Josh DeMaro talked about Avatar. Avatar has been talked about for literally like the past year. It's been, it's going to be a land. It's going to be an experience. It's going to be that. Got some. I thought I'm not going to lie. I thought the art looked amazing. It looked really, really big. So I have lots of questions and concerns about where it's going to go.
That's what I was thinking too. I was just thinking like Avatar Land is so expansive.
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be like a mini, like a packed-in one? Like, everyone's saying, oh, it could go in like Grizzly, like Redwood Creek Trail. I'm like, there's not enough room there. Like,
I don't.
With how expansive it is in Disney World, how high it goes. Like, that's the thing too. It's going to go into. Obviously, it's going to be your forced perspective, but it looks like it's going to go so far in the sky. Like, where is that going to go? It's got to be a compact. I'm pretty sure they're, even though artwork showed, they're not going to have as much floating rocks type of stuff. But
sure,
they can't spread out that far in Anaheim.
So,
but they can if you think about Disneyland Forward. That's where I think it's going to be part of it. So.
I don't think they announced Disneyland Forward, and you guys saying this, I don't think they announced Disneyland Forward because guess what? Disneyland Forward is no longer a thing. Meaning, hear me out.
After I said it, I kind of
because they're like, hey,
now. So
Disneyland Forward was the project name. Right. We've gotten the approval, so technically that land is our land.
This land's our land.
So, as you guys are just saying that, I was like, they don't need to announce Disneyland Forward.
After I said it, I was like,
my Discord because it's already been passed.
It's already greenlit.
You're 100% right. I agree with
Avatar Land. I think Avatar Land, or whatever they're going to call it, Pandora. I think it gets the same treatment as Beast's Castle in Magic Kingdom. It's going to be up in a corner, And just like Galaxy's Edge, where the spheres look like they're tall and far, but they're really not, I think it's going to get that aspect. But I think I would say Avatar Land is a chunk of Disneyland Forward, and they didn't announce it as Disneyland Forward because
Right.
theoretically they don't need to no more.
Sure.
Like
Right.
it's not a third gate, so why are we making it seem like it's another project? It's not. It's just expansions.
So let's
Right.
be real here. I mean, both of these. I mean, so we'll talk about. So they announced Avatar coming to DCA, and then they announced had Coco. They had Coco's one of my favorite Disney movies. I'm very excited for this.
I watched the shit out of that too.
Huh?
I watched the shit out of that with my kids. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I just
it's a
love
badass
it.
movie.
Ernesto de la Cruz coming out and singing "Remember Me." So here's my thought on DC of what they're going to call DCA. The first Disneyland, I'm actually not even looking at you guys. I'm actually like reading the thing. So the first Disneyland forward kind of drawing was there was stuff over in the parking lot over there next to the Paradise Pier Hotel, or now it's Pixar Hotel. I would not be surprised if that parking lot takes up a big. It just becomes is absorbed and becomes part of DCA.
Right.
You have to go there over a bridge or something or underground underneath Disneyland Drive, and you're going to have that huge ass Avatar Land. They're not going to skimp on it. It's going to be they have the room now to do it. And Avatar's not going anywhere.
They're getting rid of Disneyland Drive, aren't they? Weren't they people complaining that's going to be the cutoff?
No, it's Disney Way.
No,
Disney
Magic Way.
Gotcha.
No, Disneyland Drive they can't get rid of because it's the pipeline to a lot of food and restaurants
and it takes
in the
you to the
hotels
hotel.
and downtown.
Got it.
Yeah.
But I
they
think
couldn't get rid of that.
I think you're going to have an underground way or a walkway over Disneyland Drive into that parking lot area where you could put a huge ass Avatar Land, and you could maybe put Coco up in the corner where Hollywood Studios.
Well, that's going to be your transition, just like Galaxy's Edge, and then also wasn't there two on this drawings? Wasn't there two tunnels? Over to that side, so they could do an Encanto.
Well, there's a tunnel. But there's two entrances, but there's Disneyland's entrance and then there's DCA's entrance.
And but Disneyland's entrance is on the other side of the Pixar Hotel, so they could do something else over there. But I'm thinking that parking lot where everyone parks for downtown Disney is you're going to see one of these two things that they announced tonight go there, because a water ride is not something small either.
No,
I mean, look how big Pirates is. Pirates is all underground, so you don't really realize it, or it's like outside the park. In the two show buildings, and look how big Small World is. If you look at it from the aerial map, they are huge. These are going to be big attractions, and I was excited when he said that the Coco ride is going to be like a mix of Pirates and Haunted Mansion. That's going to be cool, I think, and that's going to be very, very cool. And the Avatar land is going to be. I mean, I love the drawings. I'm not a huge Avatar fan, but I could get into it to go see that. You know what I mean?
I think Avatar has huge potential to be in the Disneyland Forward area, but I think Coco stays in DCA proper.
That's kind of what I was saying. I think you can put it over there in Hollywood Land by Monsters.
You could, because you already have Stage 17 right there, which is a massive show building.
Yep.
Not only that, you would potentially, I would assume, they get rid of Mickey's Philhar Magic, that stage.
Right.
You get rid of the fake stage that's there that was Flynn's.
Yeah.
And me personally, I would not be surprised if the Hyperion goes and becomes Line Q. And the reason being is they are not utilizing the Hyperion at all right now. And they've been slowly not using it. Even Frozen, when it was there, had one less showing per day than Aladdin did. It started later in the afternoon. So the Hyperion, Disneyland knows that's a lot of money.
Keep talking.
Yeah, Hyperion is a lot of money to operate. And the fact that Rogers and Musical had to like front their own money to do that show, I don't know how true that is, but one of our other hosts was sharing that. And traditionally, I mean, about 85%, she's usually pretty on point to what she's saying. Maybe a few adjectives missing, but for the most part. So if Rogers had to front their own money for that, that only tells you that Disney's not invested in projects going in there.
Yeah.
And guess what? You could really set up a nice AC show queue to allow people to be in there. And I'm going to pull it up real quick. I'm going to pull up the Google Maps of that floor plan.
But I don't even
Because
think they didn't announce any new shows. I mean, I know they did Broadway, but they didn't do anything for obviously
they
like say,
brought up,
hey, this is going to take into Hyperion, though. So like that's
so
all
they
dead
brought,
space back there.
yeah, because I mean, you look at, so here, I'm going to share my screen real quick. So let's see, present.
And that backstage
See.
has a lot of room back behind that building.
Yeah, so you look at all this right here. So let me close up this. So you have the Hyperion right here. You have this soundstage, which is only half of it's being used. You have this
Right.
entire area. You have this entire area that's being used for Mickey's Philhar Magic. I mean, theoretically, you could put Avatar Land right here, and up back over here on this side is where you have that forced perspective circle, because obviously they don't care what you see out here because
Right.
that's tradition. I mean, they don't care. But what you see from this area, you could tuck Avatar Land in here.
But
So, like,
do you think the transition
look
would
at,
go good from Hollywood Land to like Avatar though? I mean, I know like it doesn't
if
obviously
you
make a difference, but like that transition is going to be very
if you were to use this building as, say, like a laboratory where you're walking in and out and transitioning, I mean, they know. I mean, you look at, let's go to Star Wars over here. I mean, Star Wars transitions from Fantasyland and
right.
Tiana's
You can transition
2.0.
anything, though. I think. I mean, with
Yeah,
just the right
they're
Yeah, I
not
guess.
worried
whatever.
about the transitions that much.
Right.
You could tuck Avatar here.
I guess
and
you
have
could. That looks really
circle.
damn big from above. You actually make a good
But
point there.
I think Hyperion is gone. I would say Avatar's here, and then they annex the rest of this stuff here into Avengers Campus, and
Yeah,
you change
possibly.
the route of the walkway.
Do
Now
you think
that's
they'll get rid of like animation like the animators palette and all that stuff then too?
I want to say no because it's a very soft spot for me, but I
Right.
could see them moving that into somewhere different.
Yeah.
But yes, because Animation Academy is a solid show, but Animation Academy does not make them money. People
Right.
I
don't
think that's where you're going to keep the California aspect of DCA, Lou. Is that street, Buena Vista Street? I think that's what they're not going to touch that. I don't think. I think they're going to keep that what it
But
is.
they already closed Sorcerers. They already closed the Sorcerers part
Yeah, that
and
thing's
the Grotto
growing, dude.
part.
Yeah.
So I mean, the only thing
They're
that's in
already
there still is
slowly
Turtle
shaving
Talk.
that.
Yeah, the Turtle Talk and the Animators Academy is the only thing that's left in there. I think.
They
Yeah.
pulled all the shows out of from back there with Pixar Fest. They're slowly shaving that land little by little.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but I think the main street, though, I think you'll keep that because you have the Walt statue there,
Yeah.
and I think you'll have that. You'll have that walk-in part right there, and you'll have that street going down into
You'll
Avatar
have that.
or what's that?
I think you.
Well, I guess the
I
backstage
think
would
you.
be a way to hide it because it's back behind the Hollywood
Yeah.
street. You're going to backstage, and it could be either Avatar or Coco. But again, the transitions,
again,
but
though-
also the transitions are a lot greater on the Disneyland side than California Adventure. Everything's so packed.
I mean, yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah, Monsters Inc. back there, just sitting there, and there's no transition into that shit at all. It's just sitting there,
Oh yeah, it just looks like
and it's
part of
with
the building.
painted cardboard facade. Like I could see Coco going back there before I see Avatar. Coco, I mean, you could do a plaza where you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and it slowly transitions into like a plaza,
Yeah.
and you load in from there.
There's an announcement.
Hollywood Land, though, I could see Hollywood Land is going to go somewhere, but maybe not. I will see. I am more excited for Coco than I am Avatar, though.
I agree.
And the reason
When I
being
saw that,
is
I'm like, holy shit! And it looked like pirates. I'm like, it looked like
Yeah,
It looked like pirates in Coco Land. I'm like, this is fucking cool. Let's go. with
Coco
this.
looks good.
Yeah.
Avatar, when they started showing the ride content, I was like, oh, so it's Navi River 2.0.
Right.
Sweet.
But still, I've never seen it, and I don't know a lot about it. I would love to see it. I mean, someday.
I've seen videos of the Navi River ride, and there's a lot of interactive stuff that happens. So it's not like, oh wow, but it's like a holy cow. That's like definitely you feel like you're in a different world type of thing. But it's not like a Pirates, but it's like you're going underneath, lily pads.
Tim Jones
asked some feet,
So Tim Jones asked this. I think I know exactly where it's going, and I'm going to pull up Google Maps again because I was watching a YouTuber earlier today, and about 85% of the stuff that he shared, well, it was announced. So based on that, and he didn't know, so Disneyland's Hollywood Studio.
I actually just asked Sam if she wanted to come on because I know nothing about Walt Disney World. I don't know where anything is. I don't know a lot about it. So
we don't need Sam.
If she comes,
the monsters.
I don't know anything. I don't know where anything is there, and I don't know if Lou. I know Lou. You're not real versed with it. I don't know if Tyler is.
It's been a while, but like just Monsters Inc. to me, like when they announced that, I'm like, it's a great movie, great series. I still need to catch up with the Monsters at Work, but like, out of all the Pixar. Like really, monsters? Are they trying to
Let's get to that one in the order here.
Right. That's why I was like. That's what I really wanted to kind of talk about. I was like, that's why I commented on Discord. I'm like, really, Monsters Inc. But
so what's next on the list, then, Sean?
I texted her to see. I don't know if I missed it. But what am I trying to say here? Did you guys talk more about Coco, or just that you're excited for it, or?
We didn't go into Coco.
Okay. You talk about where they're going to put it. Where do you think they're going to put it?
I think Hollywoodland or Hollywood Studio Boulevard, wherever the hell it's called.
I think they're going to get rid of. I think they're going to put it back in the back corner by where Encanto's been, meet and greet, and get rid of this freaking Goofy and the restaurant.
So that's a lot of restaurants, and then now they have all that new entrance that they just built for Pixar Pier Hotel. All that's gone.
Oh, that's true.
All right, I just sent her the link to see if she'll come on because we got to talk. We just need someone that knows the space there. But if she does,
it's like midnight over there.
She says she's in bed. To send her the link, so we'll see if she comes on or not.
She'll just be laying there like she does on her TikToks, and just take a picture of her face.
But I guess that was pretty easy. We're just getting into. Hi, Sam.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Turn my camera off.
Yeah, you might want to keep your camera off if you.
I told you she's gonna be laying in bed, just chit chat.
Hang on,
All right, so we're just getting
into. You don't have to get out of bed.
We're just getting into Walt Disney World because there's a lot of announcements there. The parade nighttime spectaculars. Rachel Potter and Eden Espinosa announce Reach for the Stars at Tokyo Disneyland. Not sure. Big Hero 6 Up Marvel. Is that okay? So that's what it's all going to feature. Is Big Hero 6 Up Marvel will all be featured in the Reach for the Stars. This is when I was driving home. January 26th in Paris. Disney Now down Main Street. You guys know
it's a new. It's a new parade.
Okay.
The new nighttime parade.
And then this is kind of surprising too. So I Magic Kingdom, another nighttime spectacular. I mean, they have the drone show now. Now this is called Disney Starlight, like Main Street Electrical Parade.
Sorry, that's the parade. That's the parade. Starlight is the parade.
The Starlight, so it's like Main Street Electrical Parade, melody of songs like Wishes, Wonderful World of Color, Bonjour, and then Pentatonics sing. Pentatonics is great. Are you guys Pentatonics fans?
I was when they first came out, but now they're overrated as fuck.
Yeah.
I hope that nighttime one does. I mean, if it doesn't do any better than Paint the Night, I personally feel it's going to be a down. I mean, nighttime stuff is either, to me, it's Main Street Electrical Parade and then Paint the Night, and then there really hasn't been anything else. But like, Paint the Night was in my opinion was really good. So if they're doing another nighttime one, it better blow the doors off of it for sure.
But it's in Disney World. It's not here, so I think that's.
I hope that they do Paint the Night, another Paint the Night or something like that. I hope they do it with the same energy as Paint the Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The same cover of darkness that Main Street Electrical Parade had. Main Street Electrical Parade really hides the mechanics of how things work.
Yep.
Tinkerbell flying with an arm boom, a crane. It's like, come on, guys. Y'all couldn't have disguised that just a little better. Like, Paint the Night's music and energy is amazing. But then it's
100%.
like, oh, you got Tinkerbell going down California in a forklift. It's like, really? No one saw a giant steel
Right.
arm holding
Right.
her? Like, I love the energy of that show, but they didn't hide shit in that one.
So what do you
Or
like better, Lou?
Matt-
So do you like Paint the Night or Main Street Electrical Parade?
Oh, it's a fucking hard one. I don't like that
It
question.
is a hard one.
All right. I'll go Main Street Electrical Parade, and here's why. Not because nostalgia. I think nostalgia's dead with that ride because they've changed so many pieces of it. You can't say nostalgic about it. But Main Street Electrical Parade, the song is memorable.
Absolutely.
The floats have a variety. The mechanics are hidden. The storytelling works. For me, Main Street Electrical Parade fires on all cylinders. Paint the Night is a very close second, but it's not quite there, especially given the technology they have to really put out a solid parade.
I completely agree with your assessment. I do like the change that they made to Main Street Electrical Parade, the end where they changed the flag to the newer version. I really like that, and it does show like a transition. To me, that's like a transition from Electrical Parade to Paint the Night. I think to that kind of format. But I love Main Street Electrical Parade. It was so cool to see a couple of years ago when it was there.
And for them changing that last float, anybody that thinks it's done, they just dumped a bunch of money in that last float. It's not done. I'm saying it right here. August 10th, 2 days before my birthday, that next year during the 70th, you get the commercial of them opening the garage, 100%. And guess what's back?
100%.
Yep.
You're going to have that. You're going to. I think you have Main Street Electrical Parade in one. You have Paint the Night in the other. I think you're going to have both.
What? You
don't miss it before it goes away.
Yeah. Again.
What do you? You got to ask yourself, what dies first, Kiss or Main Street Electrical Parade? They've each done 30 farewell tours.
Well, Kiss is on their final. Aren't they? Did they finish their final?
Their final tour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Sam.
Yep. Until I broke.
Well, we got Sam on. We got to talk about.
Sorry, I would have been here earlier, but Lou told me he didn't want me here. So.
Oh man.
That's the first time you.
I mean, you didn't want us. Hold on. Oh, dude, she already knows. She already knows it's coming. But anyway, she stood us up yesterday.
I didn't stand you up. I had no service.
You knew that D23 was happening this weekend. We talked about it for like the last 9 months. See?
Yeah, but my last campsite had good Wi-Fi, and I was able to stream, and I couldn't let this new one.
It's crazy.
You get this freaking Skynet.
All right, so Sam, I'd message you, said, do you want? I know it's fucking 12:30 at night there, and thank you for coming on, but you go to Walt Disney World more than we do. So I haven't been there since I was 16. So I basically said I'd never been there because I don't remember it. I don't remember anything from it. I just basically tell people I've never been there. But overall, before we get into because I know we're gonna get into some heavy Disney World stuff here in a second. What was your thought on the overall show tonight on a scale of 1 to 10?
As a Walt Disney World fan. A good old 8.5, 9.
Yeah. They brought it. I'm not gonna lie. They brought it.
That's kind of what I said when we talked about it.
I'm shocked.
In regards to Epic Universe, I was like, they're gonna have to step their game up.
Yeah, I was very, very shocked and that it was so much Disney World because of the fact that Disneyland's 70th birthday is. I think we get some other kind of press conference or something. There's got to be more than a cool yellow black banner with Disneyland 70 on it and Walt Disney animatronic, which is the best overall announcement of all night. I think the Walt Disney animatronic is the best announcement of the evening, but that's just my opinion.
I agree that we get another like special presentation type
for
of
sure.
Thing.
So we got,
and they're going to announce a lot of Disneyland Forward things with the 70th stuff.
Well, we talked about that. Disneyland Forward is not a thing anymore. You missed that part. You weren't on here. Disneyland Forward is over with. It's just now they have that land. They're doing what they want with it. So that's kind of what we decided that they're doing. They're not going to talk about Disneyland Forward as a separate project anymore. And I thought the same way when I started this. But I thought the same way when I started this conversation. But Tyler and Louis both made a very good point that Disneyland Forward happened. Now we are. We're here to do this. And
well, yeah, but we still knew some of the possible projects that were going to be coming out of it. So I mean, as far as that, I think we'll get some dates
Yeah.
I think we'll get some more of what we wanted to hear tonight for Disneyland in a separate press conference for the birthday.
And I'm wondering,
think Destination D.
Destination D, you think so? That's when? That's next year, right?
That's a year from now.
Okay, cool. No, we'll be already into the 70th by then. I don't know. There's got to be more for the 70th.
No, there's not. What do they do for the 100th?
Hang on, I am blinding myself right now. I'm gonna go turn on another light.
Okay.
I mean,
so here we are. We're talking Disneyland Paris. Frozen World opens 2026. New show with the 360-degree water lasers. That visually looked pretty damn cool. I saw the picture that they were showing. What do you guys think of that look of that water show? It's like a 360-degree. That looked badass.
Yeah,
Why is Paris still the cool shit? I think Paris and Walt Disney World got the line.
What I'm saying too is like all this like top of the line stuff, like Tokyo's new Spider-Man. Of course, it's another Spider-Man. So I'm like, out of all the Avengers, it's another Spider-Man one.
Well, Tokyo can afford it, so that's why. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, dude, like they get these like badass rides, and then like, I haven't been back since it, but it's like we get web slingers, and this shit's like a walk-on now. It's only been open for a year and a half, 2 years. So it's like, dude, like, we get all these, like, I don't know. Is it just because it's America and like shit's so much more expensive than overseas? Like,
no, it's because the overseas parks aren't necessarily paid for by Disney.
Right. They're
Disney just it's a
different company.
China and Tokyo, all them, they cut Disney a check, say, hey, build exactly what they do what Walt used to do. Hey, here's the check. Give me exactly what I'm asking for.
Right.
Fill it in at the end. 100%. They don't do that here. They say, here is the discount card. Go to the 99-cent store. Make it work.
They say home goods is acceptable.
Yeah, that's right. David says, "What's up, y'all?" Says Villain Land. Big old smiles.
Hey, Villains. Just because he's bringing up Villains Land is an answer to Epic Universe. Tell me I'm lying. There's no date. There's one visual AI concept art. Villains Land was an answer to Epic Universe.
1,010%.
Yeah.
And he said we're going to be utilizing new technology, and it's going to be like anything that anywhere else has. So let's see if they can say it.
With an announcement like Galaxy's Edge, and Galaxy's Edge took 2 or 3 years after they announced it, or longer.
Well, they said they were breaking ground.
Yeah,
they said they're breaking ground next year.
Lewis doesn't believe it. He don't believe it. He doesn't believe any of it. Tim Jones, was there going to be a big announcement for Disneyland at today's panel?
We anticipated.
It was, I think more people thought there'd be more. Still nothing about Tomorrowland. I mean, that's everyone's freaking hope and dream is something for Tomorrowland to happen one day, but it's just never going to happen. We just need to understand it and accept it at this point. You have Joe Rohde 4 years ago when Imagineering Story, he's standing with the model of Disneyland, picking up the Innovations building, looking at it. Everyone lost their mind, said that tone. Did I say Tony Rohde? Did I say Joe Rohde?
You said
Joe Rohde was going to. Joe Rohde was seen at Disneyland around that same time on the track of the People Mover. People lost their mind thinking, "Oh my God, he's going to redo Tomorrowland." It's still nothing's been done. Here we are. But anyway,
I just don't think anyone wants to touch it just because it's like everything's moving so fast. It's like whatever they build, it's going to be outdated in a couple years. Like I think everyone's just like, it's like.
I mean, they kind of mentioned that when they were. Yeah, they were talking like obviously like look at Fortnite's already putting out Dr. Doom things.
Right.
You know what?
There's so many people about Fortnite on that TikTok stream I was watching. I'm like,
everybody was. But here's the thing. Kevin Feige his marketing there made sense. I know Lou disagrees, but if you can introduce people to a Marvel character without having to create a bunch of extra Marvel content, and you can do a video game where 1 million people were watching from today, why not? Give yourself exposure to build the backstory.
I think whoever that guy was that was streaming it from way above with a great view. I'm not gonna lie, he had a great shot. Whoever that guy was that was streaming.
Yeah, I was watching his stream on
that. 20,000 people were watching on YouTube. But there we go. So here we go. I was literally getting off the freeway, missed this whole part, which is the only part I wanted to hear and I wanted to talk about. Sam said in our group chat, so many miserable people, and then Lewis said a capital letters, me. in big capital letters. So Lewis was miserable at this point with the whole thing. He was frustrated. But then they made the announcement that we all already thought that we knew was coming. Permits were filed months ago. The Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln is closed right now for a $5 million upgrade. Now we know, and God, I hope it's that picture. I hope it's that picture of Walt Disney sitting on the edge of his desk talking to us. I will go to that every time, sit there and probably cry, because that's the coolest damn thing in the world that anyone could ever come up with. I don't give a I mean, I love the Coco ride. Sounds really cool. I don't care about it. I'd say give back Disneyland Forward just for that. I'm that excited for that Walt Disney animatronic, and that's just me. I'm so excited as an admirer of Walt Disney to sit there and to see Walt Disney talking to the crowd.
100%.
It's gonna be fucking
I'm gonna get chill bumps. I don't know.
You're gonna have
good ones or bad ones. Though.
You're gonna have lines down Main Street.
100%.
To go to the Lincoln Theater. You know what I mean? For one, it's very cool in there because it's like the best AC in the whole park. But now to see Walt Disney sit and talk to you, come on, man.
Well, I think also too, like, I think that's gonna, not that, obviously Abe Lincoln made a big impact in this country, but like, I think it's gonna kind of tie back to like the younger generations, like, hey, this is who brought all this to you, as far as just educating them on that part. I think it would be cool. I mean, you could probably have it depending on how it does. Like maybe he starts off on the edge of the desk and then he ends up getting up and walking around like he's lecturing type of thing. And you never know. You just never know. Right. But like that would be badass. But I think just bringing him back to life to really like solidify to the younger generations, like this is the guy that brought all this to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Abe Lincoln, God love him and all that stuff. But
the Abe Lincoln thing has its own history as well.
Right.
I mean,
with the World's Fair
being
the first audio animatronic ever.
Exactly. I mean, the first audio animatronic. That building that houses that theater was the first building built on Disneyland property. It was literally that was their lumber shop where they did all their work and everything. And just Walt Disney was such a huge admirer of Abraham Lincoln, and when they did they brought the 4 rides back from the State's Fair, the World's Fair, and that was one of them. And Bob Gurr said he had to, talked about Bob Gurr gets a lot of crap for who he is and stuff, but some of the stuff Bob Gurr did to create, audio animatronics, and because of what some of the things he did, it blows my mind. I can't wait for this. Josh Giamaro did say, this is one thing that we really had to handle with all the caution, because you can't mess this up. You can't mess up an audio animatronic of Walt Disney. You can't mess it up.
Did they put a date on that?
Maybe they didn't, but did they?
No. I'm asking. Like, do you think they might have it up for the 70th? Or
I think so. I think it's why it's already down now. The 70th is literally 11 months away, so maybe. And if he stands up and says the opening day speech that's said on the beginning of our podcast, holy crap! I mean, if they could do something to where they flip to, there's a backdrop and now he's standing outside and he's doing the opening. Come on, man. They said that it's the whole thing is a turntable system, so it's obviously going to be a turntable. It's going to be
it's like Carousel of Progress.
Lincoln on one side, and then it'll flip around and it'll be Walt on the. Let's just go, Louis. You're looking down. You're shaking your head. What do you think about this, my friend?
So, did some homework, and Sam, just to correct, I'm pretty sure Tiki Room was the first audio animatronics.
Oh, that they were. You're right.
But
the first
I think it's cool.
The first human figure audio animatronic.
I think it's really cool.
Googling that shit.
I'm not a big fan when people are like, oh, I called it, but I want to say 3 years ago when I joined this podcast, I made some ramble about that, but I'm here for it. I think it's really cool. I hope I don't think it's going to be as busy long term, though. I think it's going to die out after a few months, just because they're not going to give us probably anything longer than a 10, 15-minute show.
Okay.
So therefore, it's going to be running just like Abe Lincoln. When it finishes, hit start over again. Let's go again. But I am very curious to see what moment they take from that. If I had to pinpoint one, I don't think it's going to be anything with opening of Disneyland. I think it's going to be the Disneyland TV show.
Yeah,
When
I
he
agree.
says, "Here,
I'm just saying that'd be
here's
cool.
Disneyland." It would be cool. It would be cool. But at the same time, this opens the window of, holiday overlays or layovers, whatever word you choose. I mean, hey, what new speech is he saying? Do they create a set that's artificial where it allows him to be like Carousel Progress, where during the Halloween time we get the what's it called? After Dark Disney, I think it's called. Do we get
Disney
that?
After
Do we get
Dark.
a holiday wall? Yeah. So like I'm curious to
Or
see,
the after hours.
do they build in movability in this attraction?
I think that that was a theme that I heard highlighted throughout a lot of the attractions that they were talking about coming, was that rewritability factor. Because I know they were talking about the Thanos ride, they were talking about the Stark flight, and it seems like you're not going to be on the same attraction each time. That there's different stories you're going to be going through, and we've said that they should be doing things like that moving forward as well, because you want that rewritability. You don't want the same ride every time.
Actually, not to jump guns real quick, there was more Disneyland news. Smuggler's Run is getting an update.
Thank freaking gosh.
We're gonna get to that. David asked us what was y'all's favorite reveal at D23.
Oh,
well,
that's a hard
let's
one.
finish this. Let's finish about the animatronic. Then we'll answer. They think about that. We'll answer that question. So, Sam, what was your thoughts on the animatronic being announced to Walt?
We've been talking about it for a while, so I've been able to marinate it with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's going to creep me out or not yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's why I said I'm gonna have goosebumps. I don't know if they're gonna be good or bad though. They're either gonna be because I'm emotional and wow, this is great, or oh, this is kind of creepy.
100%. I get that. Tyler, what do you think, bud?
I don't know if I'll get like the kind of creep out goosebumps. I think it's just gonna bring more to life. Like, obviously, you have all the videos, but to see it in person, it's gonna be like oh shit, you know what I mean? Like he was brought back type of thing. Kind of like with Joey's picture with the guy that dressed as Walt, like
Christ. Louis' picture.
That was Louis' picture.
Louis' picture. I'm sorry. Well, everyone. I mean, I think Joe had a picture of him too, but still, it's like, just to see him like possibly in real life and listen to him talk, like,
Lou, does he talk like Walt Disney or does he just talk like normal?
Well, it's hit and miss. And when you first see him and when you acknowledge him as Walt, he gives you like the little 2-finger point, and he doesn't sound too much like him. But at first conversation, he tries his best, and then he breaks into normal conversations. He's a really chill dude. Tall as
He
fuck,
seems
though.
really cool. Yeah, I think it's Bill Burns cosplay. I think is so. If you guys don't know, he's awesome. He's all over D23 with pictures with everyone in our crew.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw him in our inbox today.
Yeah, he was in there with Kevin, Amanda, and Kim. I think with Joey, and I'm not sure if it was Joey and the girls as well. Tim asked, "How does Disney have archival recordings of Walt Disney?" Disney has archives of everything. So I mean, I hate to say it, but in the world of AI, you could create anything you want. Literally, you could create Walt Disney's voice with no issues.
I mean, they have his head on ice. I mean, they
could just make him, record. Listen to Disology from 2021. Great episode. Talk about Walt.
It wasn't me this time.
Nope,
it wasn't me this time.
It was me. Anyway, Tyler, take the sucker out of your mouth. What was your favorite reveal at D23? I'm just fucking with you. You can have the
No, you're good. I mean, I can't talk with it in there.
Well, never mind.
I mean, honestly, like being more Disneyland driven, like the Walt thing was pretty much the best to me. I was hoping that at the Villains Land type of thing was going to be like hey, we'll do it on both sides. But,
that's what I was. Oh God, I was hoping for that.
Yeah, I mean it's the Walt animatronic because that's what I can see. Not that I can't make plan a trip to go East Coast, but
sure.
That was the most shocking to me, I should say. Everything else, some of the stuff is like, all right, I can see that. We'll talk more about, Monsters Inc. stuff later. But yeah, like to me, that was the most shocking. Like, holy shit! Like I didn't expect that. So
you must not have been listening to our last 16 shows, Tyler, because we've talked about it on the last. Listen, I was listening to all these announcements. I was like, imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. We talked about all of these things.
Well, there's so many shows that I got to try to catch up on. I can't listen to them all, unfortunately. So I'm sorry. I'm still trying to catch up.
I'll forgive you.
I only have so many hours in the week.
What was your favorite reveal, Sam? We'll get back into these announcements.
So when they first announced the Villains Land, my reaction was, and then they said it was a Magic Kingdom, and I was like, that was my reaction. Like,
the Magic Kingdom, man, that place just became the destination. It sounds like everything that they announced for that fucking
I
place.
get to go off-roading with Mater. Hell yeah.
Right? I mean, come on. That's crazy.
I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of how they're going to keep everything themed appropriately, but I'm also still trying to understand the theming of.
Talk about transitions earlier.
We could talk about transitions, but I'm also still trying to figure out the theming of Tiana's. So like, and how it fits. So he did say a new reimagined Frontierland. So obviously they're trying to make some changes with Frontierland. And make it, I don't know. But I'm excited for everything coming to Walt Disney World.
Good. Louis, what was your favorite?
Oh man. I got to go the route of Tyler just because this is my home park. I'm gonna go Coco was my favorite. The Walt animatronic was a good one, but I felt like we knew it, so therefore it was like, Coco caught me off guard. Coco, I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
That's where you're going with this?
Yep.
I'm in. So for surprise-wise, Coco, and my kids know it. So, like, that's Disneyland 2.0 for them. So it's like, let's go. For Walt, that's a me thing. Coco is a family thing, and I think Coco hit the mark of D23.
Tim, the answer to that is, well, we've been asking the question, what's behind Big Thunder Mountain forever now?
Yeah, there's so much freaking land.
That's what's going to be behind Big Thunder Mountain.
Good for them, finally. I mean, like I said, I'm disappointed being a Disneyland fan, but good for Florida. I mean, y'all had some huge ass announcements, which is really cool. And when we wrap this thing up, it's obviously going to be, I mean, because of Epic Universe, this is their answer. I mean, they announced a lot, so mine was, I mean, we've talked about the animatronics so much that we kind of knew it was going to happen. I'm with Lewis. I was at work and I'm like, holy shit. My boss says, what? I'm like, they're putting a Coco ride at Disneyland. And he's like, okay, cool. And he walked out of my office, but the way it looked to me, like I said, it looked like it was Pirates, but like everything was changed to Coco. I'm like, this is a really, really good idea. And if they do anything, Pirates is my favorite attraction, and it reminded me of Pirates, but with a new look. So I
was really, really surprised that we didn't get a, hey, guess what we're doing in Epcot with Coco announcement, because it's already set up for it.
Down the list. Oh, wait, go ahead. Sorry, Lou.
Well, you guys got all that new stuff, Encanto and Indiana Jones coming to Epcot, right?
No, that's Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
So Dinoland USA's good riddance.
So after the Walt Disney thing, Meghan Trainor sang Feed the Birds, probably the best performance of the night, I think, which I think was just great, with the Sherman Brothers ending. Indiana Jones is coming to Animal Kingdom. New story on the ride, 11 Acres of Tropical Americas. So then they brought out
new story.
Brought out Bruce Vaughn, who is the new head of Imagineering. And the Indy is an ancient Mayan temple, he said. Village Esperanza, like Harabe Village in Africa. I don't know these things, so I'm just kind of reading them.
So basically it's going to be like a small marketplace village type of thing where there's going to be food shops and shopping. He did say there's going to be a hacienda style restaurant, and then there's going to be an Encanto. We're getting casita.
An Encanto ride, going through all the rooms of the house. Antonio gets his gift, going into his rainforest.
And that makes sense.
I don't know what Bruce Vaughn is on, but I want some.
No shit, right?
Lit.
Yeah. And then he also mentioned the woodworker in the village. There's a new carousel.
There is a new carousel.
Ride right there. That ride right there is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked really cool. And I guess tomorrow now at they had a couple of rooms at the convention
center
that were closed off, and now they're gonna be open tomorrow with all these new things. You can look at all these new things. So
yeah,
we're gonna get some cool concepts, I think, and some cool models and stuff. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some cool stuff to look at.
They said that the carousel is your favorite Disney animated characters. So
that's awesome. That's so cool. I mean, that's gonna be awesome. This entire land is debuting in 2027. That's only literally two years.
I think that
5
was
months.
the furthest announcement we had too. I think everything was happening. Well, at least groundbreaking was happening before then.
I think they said 2031 for the villains. Did he say that? Did he give it? They gave no date on that.
They didn't.
Oh no, that was the cruise ships. I'm sorry, that was the cruise ships.
I think they said they were breaking ground already, weren't they?
Yeah, he did say that, but it's going to be.
So on the Animal Kingdom side, are they good? Are they taken away? Because like that's where I was kind of like, I get it. Like rides, obviously Disney's different than other companies. Like, are they taking away like the animal conservation like parts of it? Or are they just expanding it? Because like
no, so they're not taking out the animal. They're taking out Dinoland. So like that carnival
both of those
theme.
are going to Dinoland.
Yeah, both attractions are going to Dinoland, the Dinoland area.
All three.
Yeah.
And the carousel.
and the carousel. So think about where like all those amusement parks are.
Right.
And then it looks like they're using the same track for the Indiana Jones that they have for Dinosaur. Primeval World is gone. So they have that space.
Okay. I was just thinking that just because like up here we had Marine World, like USA, Africa USA, and it was all like animal based. And then Six Flags bought it out, and like now it's majority rides over animals. So, I mean, obviously it's Disney, so I'm like, they're not going to do that. It's just, they're not going ride based.
I mean,
there's
animal there's animal conservation all throughout, but that like you see more of it prevalent towards like the safari and towards Harambe Village.
Okay.
This is the opposite end of the park.
Right. Okay.
So after all of that, after the entire land debut in 20, the plain white tees, just because, come out and play Surface Pressure.
Just because.
From that was cool.
Encanto, that shit had me dying.
I was like,
that was a bad cover.
Josh D'Amaro came out. Hey, everybody play white tees. Like that was the best.
Then they brought back the two. Josh, Skylar, and Darren came back in for a quick list of announcements, which will
in song form.
Test Track. It just says 2025. That's something.
So Test Track is getting a facelift, essentially.
Right, another one.
Yeah,
Pirate Lounge, Magic Kingdom, 2025.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see the Test Track. What are they changing it to?
It went so fast. They didn't. They just said it.
They didn't say anything. They literally saying what was going to happen.
Oh, they just said underneath their breath.
It's down now, I believe. It's down now. They're working on it already.
Yeah.
But the concept art that's come out for that, it literally looks like it's just getting new vibrant lighting, crisper imagery. Like it just looks like it's being more modernized. Yeah, looks like it looked like it borrowed the color palette from Tron.
Yeah,
I thought they already did that when they did the whole make your own car, but all the cars drive the same and all that bullshit.
No, this is even more.
They should have just kept it this original way. Like when they changed it to like, hey, build your own car, and then you see how it handles. Like, yeah. Personally, I was just like, that's so dumb. Like, what if you build 6 different cars and they're all gonna drive the freaking different? But again, I haven't been back there in a long time, but still, that was rough.
The Epcot Spaceship Earth Lounge soon, 2025. That's all it says. Zootopia Better Together. Is that a ride or is that a show? Okay. That is Animal Kingdom next winter.
Yeah, I believe it's a nighttime spectacular. I could be wrong.
No, I think that's the. Wait, hold on. The Zootopia? Isn't that the under the tree thing?
Yeah, it is actually. It's the thing. It's
where it's tough to be a bug.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
It's a show.
And then they announced really quickly that Tiana is opening in Disneyland on November 15th.
That's early.
That's early. I think it's late. I think it's late. I was
I
thinking.
heard it was. I heard
I
it
was
was going to be
thinking
like
September.
December or January.
I was thinking September. I picked my birthday, but I was off. But
You know what?
What?
You know what? There's an announcement tonight. I hope that shit never opens. I'm so mad, but we'll get there.
Oh my God! Okay, relax.
Aggressive.
Lou, do you have the Discord up with Amanda's notes?
I do.
Do me a favor and take over for a game because I have to go take care of something again. I have
absolutely.
I have. It's a new Sean that has to take care of things every now and then as quick as possible. So.
Yep, I got you right here. So
yeah, there's no sponsor.
On top of I really didn't like as I'm catching up to where Sean left off. I really did not like the little rap battle or announcement. I thought that was kind of lame. Like, it didn't hit me the way I thought it was going to hit me. So, here we go. So, now that I'm done stalling. So, we are at
the Monsters Inc. land. Disney Studios.
So, Monsters Inc. land. And Billy Crystal comes out to announce that and sings, wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you. The memes that were going out on the internet, like, no, you wouldn't have nothing if China didn't support your rides, was priceless, but that was not there. Monstropolis coming to, it says here, Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. That ride looks sick.
That ride is.
So for anybody who missed it, the swinging doors, you get to kind of swing around with the doors and you're going to be suspended.
I think it's going to be really cool. And I think it's going to go, I don't know exactly where this is, but there's that Pixar alley that they had that they rethemed The Incredibles a few years back, and it's just kind of been sitting stagnant. I think it's going to go there, and I think Muppets is gone. I think Muppets Land is leaving. I think Muppets, that Star Tours, that little pocket, I think that's gone. I think that becomes Monstropolis.
Okay.
Which I'm here for it. You don't need Star Tours anymore because you got Smuggler's Run. I love Star Tours more than Smuggler's Run. I'll be the first to tell you that. Muppets, I don't think Muppets should be erased from Disney lore. I don't think that. But I do think Muppets should have some type of land or something that shows this is them. And that Muppets area in Disney Hollywood Studios, they've been slowly scraping it. It's like, don't do that to them. So I think that is where it should go. Then we have Mater, Frontierland, which we already talked about that a little bit, going on there. And then Shabuzi, which apparently nobody wanted to see that man sing live because there was comments galore on every social media aspect that says, hey, this dude, get him off the stage. And then after that, they switched up a little bit. They went to the sea, and they started talking about Disney Cruise Line, which
you got a lockdown when I was gone. Damn. All right.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about earlier, so we just jumped that one. Cruise Line.
Shabuzi, you talked about Shabuzi?
Yeah.
He said nobody wanted to listen to him.
I was like, who the hell's Shabuzi?
Dude, his music's good, but like live and then through a phone, it was no bueno. Like, not at all.
Was not his style for sure.
All right, sorry. Go on. I didn't mean to take over.
But if you're familiar with the 91 freeway here in Southern California, get ready because the ocean is going to look like that soon.
Oh my god!
Disney now has like they have a boat for every corner of the ocean. Like, it's wild. What are your guys' thoughts on the cruise line in general? I'm gonna start with Tyler. What are your thoughts?
First, let's tell what the announcement was. So we're getting 4 new ships, making the fleet 13 total. And they just recapped what we learned over the last few days about cruises. They're getting a 15-foot tall puppet of Taka for the Moana show on the Treasure.
Obviously.
And then they're having a Hercules show on the Destiny. They released that it's going to be a Hercules show. So
we're getting 4 new cruise ships on top of the ones that are already in production.
Right.
Like, it's not like there's a total of 13 now.
It's definitely a fleet. I mean, I went on a Disney cruise back in 2008, a long time ago, for my sister's Make-A-Wish.
Wait a second. Hang on 1 second here. I'm sorry. I'm just reading these comments over here. Well, 32. Finally, LOL. Do you know how hard it is as an Imagineer who loves villains to sit on that information for over 2 years? Who?
They have that for 2 years?
No, wait. No, I'm not even worried about that. I'm talking about, is that person an Imagineer, or are they just saying that? Appreciate you guys are excited for everything. It really means a lot for the work put in.
It could be.
Oh my gosh.
Or someone's just moonlighting as one.
Mr. Well 32, if or Mrs. If you are a true Disney Imagineer and would like to be on our show, you can email me directly at waltsapartmentpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to talk to you some more.
We have an entire Imagineering show too.
We have a show called Imagine That, which is just based around Imagineers. We would love to have you on if it's something you're allowed to do. If you are a true Imagineer, would absolutely love that. But anyway, go on with the cruises. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. We gotta step back because we skipped a portion. That
what? You were doing the list. I just took off.
No. This was from you.
No.
I think you left it off on purpose because I was curious when this is coming up.
What?
Are we not going to talk about the Lion King?
Oh shit! I did completely skip it. I'm sorry.
And it's complete Splash Mountain ripoff that we're not getting here in Critter Country about fucking critters.
Okay.
That
Here we go.
I was so mad. Because how are you going to tell me that that just fits there? No, it does not. Absolutely not. Tiana's, I'm all for it. Nothing against Tiana's. But to say, that's what worked there. Lies, and even more lies.
Oh, I thought you were about to Morgan Wallen this shit.
The fact that the fact that Tokyo is still Splash Mountain and we're getting the same attraction almost verbatim based on concept arts, log ride and everything about Pride Rock. Why couldn't you do that here? Why?
Hang on a second. I'm this Mr. Well is talking to me. Do we have a Twitter, right?
We do.
X.
It's X.
Yeah, Walt's Apartment Podcast. I'm sorry, Walt's APT Pod. Just look us up on Twitter. We don't go on that often. We're on the Disney Insiders Twitter tonight because they're like a verified account. But yeah, you could message me for sure. But I won't get the message on the Disney Insider Twitter. Or like I said, or you can email me, or my Instagram is Big Papa Disney. You could message me there too, or Walt's Apartment Productions Instagram, Discord. You could join our Discord. That'd be really cool. Baddest Talk was banned. What'd they do?
No, I just put them in timeout.
Okay.
Because they were putting repetitive.
Louis,
comments.
I'm sorry I cut you off, buddy. Go ahead. I got excited about the
so they're doing. I'm gonna miss it. So they're doing a Lion King ride.
Yeah, it's like Splash Mountain, but it's Lion King.
Yeah. What the fuck?
So
but it's not Splash Mountain themed, right? So.
And they're doing that where?
Paris.
How did I miss that, Lou? I'm sorry. We were talking about that. I apologize for skipping that.
Hey, it's all good. So it's all good.
You're doing good. You take over.
No, we'll go back into it. So
no, buddy, I think you're doing amazing.
Let's see where we left off on what ships,
and then Boys to Men. I mean, All for One.
No, I swear.
That was kind of funny.
It was. So that was one of my favorite parts, actually. He was like,
I don't know if it was that good.
He's like, I promise.
He's like, actually, no.
Actually, no. And Boys to Men starts playing, I swear.
No, it's not Boys to Men. It's All for One.
All for One, that's right.
Yeah.
But it's the Boys to Men song, so.
Right. That's why I thought it was. It is Boys to Men song, huh?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought so too. Yeah. I like how they announced that. 4 new cruise ships, 13 total. Then we got into Fortnite.
Yeah, I would say the cruises aren't bad. Like I said, it's been a long time since I was on one, but I went down to Mexico and I didn't want to leave the ship just because it was Mexico. So
I like Mexico.
But it was I mean, there's some good parts. I mean, Cabo wasn't bad, but like we did Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay on the ship. I'm good. I don't need to leave.
No, Tim, Lion King is actually going to Paris. It is Paris, right?
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris.
Paris got some serious love tonight. Paris got some. Well, I didn't know they were like changing like the name of the park. That's kind of the secondary park.
The secondary park, yeah.
The one that Michael Eisner shouldn't have built because he just thought that yeah. Lou, take over. You want me to do the notes, or you want to do the notes?
No, you got the notes.
All right. So then do we want to sit here and talk about Fortnite?
You want me to just run through it real quick?
I mean, I can have it all right here too. But I mean, yeah, if you want, it's.
So Disney and Epic Games have had their partnership. They're releasing skins they said there were 1 million people watching from Fortnite as their characters today, watching the live. And then Jennifer Lee said that Disney animation villains are coming this fall as skins. Pete Docter said that we're going to get The Incredibles this fall as skins. Dave Filoni said on Monday,
I love that guy. We're
getting Mando characters as skins. And then at that point, he also announced that the Millennium Falcon, all of the Millennium Falcons, are getting a Mando and Grogu overlay, or reimagining, rather. And then Kevin Feige said that next week we are getting the Doctor Doom game on August 16th. So,
Doctor Doom game?
Is it a game or is it just like his?
So
layover
it's not a game. It's gonna be a map for Doctor Doom. It's gonna be all in Fortnite. But the thing that makes me mad at this isn't news. Marvel and Disney have already been in Fortnite. It's just now their name slapped on it. Like Ethan's been playing with guys like Darth Maul and shit like that and Ahsoka for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not new. It's just now Disney's like backing.
I think it looked like, according to what they did, because this wasn't supposed to be live streamed anywhere, that Fortnite was like the main sponsor of this. So, and obviously they were announcing all these. I don't even know what the hell a skin is. Is it just like the person or whatever?
It's just a character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, honey, where's my Deadpool super suit?
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm asking in the chat if I could be Deadpool, and they're saying, "Yeah, you already can do that. You have to buy it or something." But that would be cool.
Yeah, you
Fortnite looks
buy
hard.
it, it's simple.
I'm not good at video games.
Stuff,
I'm really good at Madden.
It's expensive.
That's about it. We'll come back to Well's comment there because we're getting to that almost. Actually, we can talk because that was discussed here in the same part. Did we talk about? Did you talk about Billy Crystal when I was gone?
Yes.
Okay. So Dave Filoni also announced that him and Jon Favreau are working on a story for Smuggler's Run, based on Mandalorian, which I think you guys already talk about that too?
I just said it.
Okay, sorry.
Are you listening, sir?
Well says I can say talking to a few that work in HS, it sounds like Star Tours and Muppets are leaving for Monsters Inc., but not for sure if they're moving Star Tours or getting rid of it altogether. And he says he's trying to confirm it still. So, and then Jan says bonjour, Jan.
Bonjour, Jan.
Yeah. So yeah, cool Fortnite skins are coming. Then they got into some of the let me see here. Deadpool jokes about Disney, tries to get a Deadpool attraction, and Josh tells him no. He calls him Joshua, and he still says no. Marvel around the world, Imagineer Scott Trowbridge. She said missed his last name, but Scott Trowbridge was one of the main people that did Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. Shanghai's getting a Spider-Man roller coaster. Hong Kong getting a Spider-Man ride. Looks like it could be a drop tower style ride. DCA in California. DCA got a lot of love too. And so I guess all the love pretty much went to DCA because they did not mention Disneyland Park once except the animatronic.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity Defense. Trainees from the land have their first test. Stark Portal Tech has gone missing. King Thanos construction starts next year. I have to look at the thing and see if Louis is making a face.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. because he. So I'm reading right now. So, adding a 4th campus attraction, Stark Flight Lab, different heroes for different adventures, using a Kuka arm.
So do you think that's like an actual ride, or like the way it looked like it, like you literally just get in the ride and you just spin around in the one area? Do you think it's a track or trackless?
I think it's going to be trackless.
So is it like Star Tours, or is it like Buzz Lightyear? Is that kind of thing, or?
Well, it looks like you're loading outside.
Okay.
In like almost like a Toy Story Midway Mania 2 and 2 type of like backpack type of thing, which the rides look great, but also I'm worried that, it's going to be, size dependent too, with how tight those things are.
Was that one that said it was new? It was a new technology.
Yeah, and they showed RDJ and Iger in them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. We have the picture in our Discord.
I'm not gonna lie, and I think Lewis might actually agree with me on this. They are overusing Robert Downey Jr., I think.
They'll use him until he's 90.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that he's voicing whatever it is for Tony Stark, because I think it wouldn't. It's like when they had Holland do, Peter Parker. No one else could do it, I don't think, at this point. But
let's be honest. When Endgame ended, what other character did Kevin Feige push this hard?
Right.
Go ahead. I'll wait, because there's none. They needed a reason to bring this man back. They needed to. And we talked about this on the Tribe. If you listen to the Tribe, if you say, hey, we want Robert Downey Jr. back, there's a storyline out there somewhere. You can put any Marvel character in any story you want. There's some type of mild or really in-depth comic line out there. So they realized we need RDJ back. What do we have? How can we squeeze him in? Oh, well, he comes back as Doom. Oh, well, Rowan, they needed him. And anybody that wants to argue that can argue till you're blue in the face. You needed him. Because after Endgame, you could say it was the end of Marvel, because nothing has really picked up momentum, with the exception of Wakanda Forever, but that had an unfortunate Paul Walker effect. Nothing has picked up momentum like anything prior to Endgame.
But I also think that it was kind of like let me wave my magic wand and help you forget about Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, for sure. I think I disagree. I think Deadpool has I mean, Ryan Reynolds said last night, he said,
like, if you have another villain,
Marvel,
but that's the thing is you need a villain.
Yeah.
So right now we were set up for King.
Oh, for sure.
So they had to give us a villain that we were going to be.
A TV show and a movie revolved around King.
And not only that, Deadpool though came off the success of what Fox has already done for him. So Disney didn't do a whole lot in there and said, hey, go ahead, clown on us and make us look like the fools we are. That's all they did. I mean, Guardians 3, everyone can say that was a good. Guardians 3 story was moderately good. The reason why Guardians 3 was so good, or why people wanted to go see it, was because of the fact that they were very open, saying majority of us are not coming back.
Yep.
They were very open about all the cast sticking to gun to try to back him up and him being rehired. So there was that voice to support it. Guardians 3 and Wakanda Forever, the only 2 successful films in the last branch of Marvel, and each one of those had sentimental ties to those films. Nothing else had that. You need RDJ, and they're going to run with it, and they're going to use him until he's 90.
100%. So, show wraps up. Deadpool comes out with Abby Carter from American Idol. They a slideshow of his funny drawings that she sings. You think the show's over. Josh is trying to end the show. Then you have, it says Hunchback, Hellfire Music, Matching Mirror says to Josh, he hasn't talked about something, Villain's Land. Then place fucking goes nuts because Villain's Land is good for fucking Walt Disney World, man. Y'all got it all, man.
Disney World, Jesus Christ.
Y'all, no, we can't say it. We got a lot of people, I'm sure, that are fans, but I mean, I'm happy for all the people that listen to our shows. I don't know a lot about Walt Disney World. This is nice. It will give us something to talk about for a couple of years for that, because I mean, you got to think about it. They got Cars. They got. I mean, okay, I'm just talking Magic Kingdom. So you got Magic Kingdom, got Cars. What else do they get there? The Frontierland makeover.
Yeah,
what else is going? What's going next to the Cars? What was that? I forgot at this point.
next to cars that wasn't announced.
Okay,
Well,
so
there were just the 2 rides.
Okay, and then the entire Villains Land, which the picture looked really cool. I was hoping Josh was going to say that, it's so good, we're going to do it twice and do what they did with Galaxy's Edge and bring a Villains Land to the new Disneyland.
Dude, they could put that. I mean, depending on how big it is, they could totally take out Subs and Autopia and put it right next to Fantasyland.
Stop yourself.
Yeah,
Why?
you're smoking into there, Tyler. Are you on the same thing Bruce Vaughn is? Because that's a wild. So I'm be honest. I don't think Villains Land is off the table for Disneyland.
No.
I don't.
No.
And the reason being is it's going to up their Oogie Boogie game so much.
100%.
But again, I think Villains Land was only. That's why we got some very vague artwork. Was just an answer to Universal. They haven't fleshed all that out yet.
They got the shovels in the dirt. Josh said it. And Josh, we trust.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, they go to put a shovel in the backyard. They have moved dirt.
It's just a picture.
Yeah.
And Josh, we trust.
That's why the photos they had to use about them having shovels in the dirt were with Imagineers that are no longer with the company. Bullshit. One of them's dead.
Come on now.
Just saying.
Come on now.
Just saying.
Jesus
you
Christ.
used a.
Come on now.
You used a photo. You used a photo with an Imagineer that's no longer with us. Oh, shovels in the ground. The shovel's in your rear.
My God.
The
views expressed from the do not portray all members of Vault Department podcast.
Because this is why.
Lou hates everything.
No, I don't hate everything. And
You gave this an 8 overall. You gave this whole thing an 8 overall.
Because you know why? Because there's a difference. It's like, and I've shared this on Imagine That. There's a difference between Imagineers and business people. Those concept arts that were built, that's Imagineers. When we see, feel, smell, touch things, that's Imagineers. When you get a presentation of Villains Land and you have nothing to show for it, that's just your business tactic. That was them saying, look at what we got for Coco, right? Look what we got for that Coco's Ride. That imagery, someone went in there and really thought that out. That's Imagineering. The Villains Land, some techno, we're having someone sing Ka, that probably had very little Imagineering on it at all. That was all business. Okay? You look at the Lion King ride. Even though
it's been known for 2 years. So
Villains Land?
Yes.
That's what the
well.
And you can finally talk about it after 2 years. And I hope that.
Yeah, and guess what? And based on that comment, and I'm not hating on it or not,
oh boy,
you can't say nothing about it, which means you probably, and you know what? If please correct me, but you can't talk about it because guess what? We know it's been coming for 2 years. They mentioned it. Oh, what about Villains? They've teased the idea. I think Universal forced their hand. Because what was Epic Universe's biggest? Why?
Because
Universal is playing Florida right now. The governor gave them the same deal that the Disney got back in the 70s, and guess what? No one's crying about it. Universal is doing it. You can't be mad about it. Okay, and all I'm saying is, Josh, listen to the way Josh talked and the way Bruce Vaughn talked. Bruce Vaughn, that's why I said I want what he's on, because you could feel that Imagineering come out of his voice. Yeah. He didn't care that he mispronounced the convention center. He's like, you know what? That's below me. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the gears, the cogs, the inner workings of what we see, smell, and taste. That's Imagineering. Josh tomorrow, it's a businessman. You look how excited he got when the artists were performing. Come on now. And well. If I offend you, I apologize fully. I'm not one to not share my opinions, but I'm also one to not share that when I'm wrong. And one thing I was wrong about is there was some solid announcements if the shovels are actually in the dirt. But based on photos,
listen, you've been asking what's behind Big Thunder.
Now we know.
We got some responses to it.
Got some answers.
Now we know. And I'm stoked for it. And I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good couple of years for us to. I'm happy now we have some stuff to talk about on our podcast for the next couple of years. We can watch Lewis get mad about every drawing that comes out for the next couple of years and say it's not real, it's not going to happen, it's fake, it's fake news.
Well. I want to reach out to you regarding where's the boat? Why was the boat
Oh my gosh.
not on Tiana? Because, hey, you know what? One of our YouTubers said, hey, guess what?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're going
absolutely.
back to the goddamn boat again? It would have looked dumb up there. It looks better, I think, the way it looks now. That was a smart decision, Disney.
No, you're just trying to be. Oh yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Oh, look dumb up there. Bring Deadpool. Put Deadpool in. Burn it down.
Oh shit.
Are you not ending it, or was that just to just?
Oh no, that was me. Back. I hit that.
Oh, I thought it was Lou just getting pissed off.
It's coming back. Our favorite show.
Why are you talking about Deadpool? That's a whole different. Deadpool should be everywhere.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because it can be.
It can be, exactly.
I love that you like Deadpool. That movie had like the least storytelling of all. There was like no story to it.
That was the point. It reset every story that Disney needs to tell in the MCU.
That's crazy because we're still doing the same MCU, so they didn't reset anything.
Well, Keith,
how are we doing the
Louis,
same
I
MCU?
love your views and opinions.
We can argue about this on the Tribe when we record this weekend.
Yeah, it's getting late.
Let's wrap this shit up. Gavin, love this show, but man, this Lewis guy seems. He's not miserable.
Crazy.
He's not miserable. He is just Lewis is opinionated.
I'm brutally honest.
He's brutally honest.
I'm brutally honest.
And it's a great quality. We have this conversation pretty much on the when me and Louis talk on the side, it's the same conversation. It's literally like we're just on the show arguing back and forth. And I tell him he's wrong. He tells me I'm wrong. He's more honest with me one-on-one than he is with me here.
Like he said at the beginning, he's like he holds Disney to a very high standard.
And he does, and I love that about him. And I think I respect him more for sticking behind his opinions, and he never wavers from them. I waver from my opinions. I go back and forth. You know, you like talking about the strike. I was like not real supportive. I thought they were being kind of greedy. Then when they got paid, I'm like, hell yeah, you got paid. Good for you. You know, but I guess that's how it works.
I can't talk about the strike publicly. I will be canceled.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. You are.
Who's Gavin? Gavin, I appreciate this. I've never seen Gavin on here either before. So
well.
Yeah. I mean, but
join us live on every other Monday and every Wednesday. Party. If you want to see Lewis really fired up, wait till you see the shows that he
oh my god. Lewis is in charge of the show called the Mad Tea Party. So that's literally
and they started off with a Mad Tea Party. I was like, that's a beautiful start.
There you go. All right, so I think we should bring this thing home. Tyler, thank you so much. Sam, thank you for getting back up and coming to be on the show. I appreciate it. Lou, thank you for being you, buddy, and all of your opinions. We love them.
Hey, absolutely, man.
All right, till next time. This was fun. I don't think we'll do one tomorrow night after Legends. I don't think we need to recap all the Legends speeches because that'll be on Disney Plus on Monday anyway. You can watch the Legends show on Monday on Disney Plus. But thank you all for joining us these past two nights. As D23, overall I think it didn't disappoint. It definitely got some information out there. But you guys have a great night. And we'll see you next time. And we hope you enjoy the view from Wall's apartment. Good night, everyone.
Come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.